Hey everybody, it's Jody and I'm back with another review for you today. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's get started. All right, so today I'm reviewing this Luna Peace and Love Soprano ukulele. Isn't it cute? All right, so I originally purchased this ukulele to give away at an event, and that kind of fell through, and so now I'm going to be giving it away on this channel, but not before I review it and mess around with it and do some fun stuff with it. So let's get into it. All right, I wanted to show you the box that it came in. There's some cute little pictures of people having fun on the beach. Girl with green hair. Full color box. So that's what it comes in. And let's open it up, shall we? All right, here we go. Here it is. It actually does come in a bag. This ukulele is $99, and we will get into all of that shortly. So it comes with a little paper. Start strumming, start smiling, start now. Here's how. Book, same girl here, the green hair. And then they've got about 14 chords. And then they've got information on how to tune your ukulele with the provided pitch pipe. That's right, it comes with a pitch pipe, y'all. Now, I think that's kind of silly. I think a tuner is a much more practical and useful accessory to throw in. This is probably a lot cheaper to throw in. It does have the Luna little sticker on there. And it does work. I actually did try tuning it with this. But you have to blow really hard and then you have to listen really hard, and I don't really recommend it. But that's what you get with this one. And then you get this bag. And the bag has 0 padding. It will protect against scratches, and you will be able to carry it around conveniently. It does have 2 straps, which I like, the backpack straps, and a little strap there, and a little pocket. So nothing great or special about the bag, but it's nice to have one. It makes it easier to carry around. And then here we go. Here's the ukulele. Let's take a nice little look at it. Now, if you notice, the one on the box is like orangey in color, orangish. And same with half of the stock photos. When you look this up online, half the stock photos will make it look really orange, and then some of them look brown. And this one has more of the brown color, which I do prefer, to be honest. But let's get a good look at that design. Okay, this is the Peace and Love Soprano. Laser etched right onto the surface there. And we're going to talk a lot more about the design in at the end of the review. Yeah, let's get a little reflection, so you can see it there. Okay, so there we go. This is what we're dealing with, you guys. Let's get into the specs, okay? So I mentioned this is a soprano size, and right off the bat, I like the size of this body. It's bigger than a lot of sopranos. I've just got another little, this is a cheapo little soprano that I painted a long time ago, and I just wanted to show you, if I match up one edge, how much bigger the Luna is. And I think that makes it more comfortable, because sopranos can be so tiny and hard to play. Because of that, and this gives you a little bit more body to work with, and I think it makes leads to a fuller sound. So I like the body shape on this one. It is laminate mahogany, front, back, and sides. It's a mahogany neck that is in 4 pieces, which there's a joint right here. If you can see, a joint right here, and then another one right here. And then that one, it's hard to miss, that joint right up there. When you're spending, you know, $100 or less, or even a couple $100, you're probably not going to get a neck that's all in one piece. Those are a lot more expensive for the builder, but they do lead to a more resonant instrument. But I don't mind it being in multiple pieces. I just don't like seeing the joint. I don't like it when the joint is that pronounced. I like it when it's more blended like it is down here. But anyway, 4-piece neck. It's got open geared tuners, which are fine. I don't have any issues with tuning it. It's been fine. So I'm okay with the tuners. The knobs they're calling Perloid, and I kind of like them. It's kind of hard to see on video, but they're a little bit shiny and not just solid white. They've got some like variants to the color. So I kind of like the little knobs there. There's the Luna logo, which is like screen printed on. I like the shape of the headstock, but I'm not really in love with the Luna logo. I just think it's kind of too big. It's like the entire headstock. And on some of their designs, it's kind of out of place. Like they have this one really cute distressed vintage looking ukulele, and so it's supposed to look like a nice well-loved worn-in ukulele, but then it's got this big huge like logo that I just don't think fits with a vintage ukulele. But of course that's not the one I'm reviewing, but there we go. That's the logo. And the nut, according to the description, is graphite OEM, which I don't really know what that stands for or what that means, but that's the nut. It didn't say what the saddle was made out of, but I'm willing to bet it's plastic because it looks like molded plastic because you can even see a seam in it. I don't know if I'll be able to get that in camera, but anyway, that's the saddle. The bridge and the fingerboard are walnut, according to the description online. And while we're talking about the fingerboard, I like this little thing at the end. I've been paying attention to that more on ukuleles, and I don't know why every ukulele company doesn't do a little something at the bottom there of the fretboard instead of just the flat, unfinished edge. So I like that little detail. It does have the fret markers, and it's got it on the side. You can see that the fretboard is bound, and it's very smooth, which I'm happy about. It's very, very smooth. Not even like the hint of feeling the edges of the frets there. I think that's all the specs, except for that it came with our Aquila Nowgut strings. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off now. That's one of the things I'm going to be doing with this ukulele is changing the strings and seeing what else we can bring out of this ukulele with different strings. I don't really love Nowgut strings very much, but there we go. That's our specs. The playability is pretty decent. In fact, I'm going to be using that word a lot because if I were to pick one word for this ukulele, it would be that it is decent. It's decent. And the action is, especially in first position, I find it pretty easy to play. And then when we move up the neck, it gets a little higher, which every ukulele, the action's higher down here than it is up here. But it's a little bit, just tiny bit higher than I would prefer up here. But I don't think sopranos even really sound that good played up here. If you're going to be doing all that fancy stuff, maybe you should get a concert or a tenor. But there we have it. The intonation is decent. It is not perfect, and it's not, I do hear some issues with the intonation, and I will get into that when I do the sound sample. But it's mainly when I'm finger picking and when I'm finger picking past the 3rd fret is when I really hear it. And that's very common for sopranos and like cheaper sopranos to have intonation issues. But I don't think this one, it's not a deal breaker for me because just strumming it, and especially strumming it in first position, which let's face it, most people who buy this, that's what they're going to be doing. It's an entry-level ukulele. I think it sounds just fine strummed in first position, and we just hear a couple little things up the neck with intonation, which again you'll hear in just a few seconds because I'm getting ready to do the sound sample. Are you ready? Let's do it. I'm just gonna quickly, I'll fast forward this part for y'all, but I'm just gonna quickly make sure that it's still in tune. All right, let's go. Trying to hold it up higher. Go up the neck a little. I'm just gonna have to hold it lower, sorry. Hear that? So this is the other way you can play a C chord. A little bit of dissonance. Okay, so there we go. That is the sound of this little guy. So right off the bat, when I first played it, I was kind of surprised at the resonance. It had more, again, I think it's maybe the body, but it had a fuller sound than I was expecting, and it's definitely got a lot of projection. It's really loud. I mentioned it's got decent sustain. It sounds decent. It depends on how slowly I'm playing and how hard I'm listening, whether or not the intonation bothers me. It does have some issues, but it's you can tell me what you think about that. I am excited to try different strings. I think it might sound, especially since it's a pretty resonant instrument, I'm thinking fluorocarbons might sound pretty good. I don't know which ones yet. It's not a solid ukulele, not solid wood, and so I can't ding it for sounding like a laminate instrument. I'm just spoiled is the bottom line. I just love the sparkle of my solid wood ukuleles. I love the they have like a shimmer to them that I don't hear in most laminates. So, but that's fine. That's, I think for $100 soprano, it sounds pretty good. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. So that's the general, my consensus with this one for me is it's a decent ukulele. It's $100. It's very cute and it sounds decent. I didn't really see any issues in the craftsmanship. I already mentioned very smooth fret ends, and I don't really see any blemishes. I don't like the big huge joint in the neck, but they won't all look like that either. Some of them you might get lucky and they'll be more subtle. There's no binding, but you can see like the edge of like so here's the back and then there's the edge of the back. I don't mind that so much. I kind of like the contrast there, but some people might think that's more of like kind of an unfinished look. And then also the heel is not flush with the back, which I don't, can you see that? Let's put it on a white background. Yeah, see that? It's not, it's really hard. There we go. It's hard to show. It's not flush with the back, which is fine. I actually found a couple other ukuleles that that have that feature, but I just thought it was odd. All right, let's talk about the design, okay? My impression of Luna before this review was not the greatest. They have so many different designs that I felt like maybe they were putting most of their efforts in the design and not in the playability and sound. Now, that's changed a little bit since I've gotten this one, and I think it plays pretty well and sounds pretty good. I like the design on this. You know, you've probably seen their tattoo model. I feel like they were maybe one of the first companies to start doing like the laser engraving and stuff on their ukuleles, and that tattoo model was really popular in the beginning. And now a lot of companies do stuff on the soundboard. This one's done very well. It's very uniform. I don't think it affects the sound. It's still pretty thin laminate, and I think it looks nice. And at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with choosing a ukulele based off of what it looks like. For me, it's how it feels, how it sounds, and how it looks. And I want all three, you know? Why not? There's so many out there. Why not get the full package? And this one, for an entry-level ukulele, sounds decent, plays decent, and it's really cute. And so I like it. I think it's good for a beginner. And I kind of, even though I know adults who play Lunas, I kind of feel like it's kind of marketed more towards the younger, like hip crowd, and even when you look at the box, you know, this is marketing right here. This is how it's marketed, and I think that some people are gonna really be drawn to the designs of the Luna, and that's fine. You know, they're really creative, and they've got some really cool designs. If this design was not here, I would not be interested in this ukulele like at all, because I'm kind of over the entry-level laminate mahogany stage. I'm not interested in that kind of ukulele anymore. But this design, I think, is super cute, and I've got some plans. I'm actually going to paint this ukulele, paint the design in there. And I've already planned it out on my computer. I know what colors I'm going to do and how I want it to look. So I'm going to do that before I give it away. I'm going to change the strings. We're going to do a sound comparison, see what different sounds we can bring out of this puppy. And then I'm going to be giving it away. So if you would like to be in my little drawing, then stay tuned, because the official giveaway is going to be coming up after I mess around with this a little bit. But if you would like a chance at a bonus entry, leave a comment down below on either your impression of the brand Luna or your recommendation on what strings I should put. And if you leave a comment about one of those two things, and then you end up entering my giveaway, that comment is going to be a bonus entry for you. So, yeah, I think I've said all I want to say about this, except for that whatever brings you back to the ukulele at the end of the day. And for a lot of kids and young people, if it's something they love looking at and it makes them happy and it puts it back in their hands, then I'm all for it, honestly. As long as it sounds decent and plays decent, which this one does. It's decent. So yeah, I'm okay with this one. I think it's more than I expected. I wasn't expecting to care for the sound at all, and the sound pleasantly surprised me. And I'm just like recapping now. So I'm gonna end this video. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your support. Have a great day. Don't forget to play your uke today, and I'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.